everybody. Um, Something a little different this month. There's going to be a few build uploads. So this one is actually very special because it's the first time I've ever done something like this, and it was lots of fun. So this is a wedding venue collaboration with a Sims creator, goes by the name of SimsBound, both on YouTube and on Facebook, where this will be being uploaded. I will also add links in the description box of the YouTube video. That's what I'm looking for. Excuse my appearance, it's a little bit hot today, but I did promise SimsBound that I would have this video up sometime this week, so better now than sometime else or when I forget. So, without further ado, the wedding venue is in the new neighborhood of Ondarion with the Royalty and Legacy pack. The challenge that we set for ourselves was to only use base game and Royalty and Legacy for the whole build, to make it both a challenge for ourselves, but also to make it something accessible to go up on both of our galleries for general users, because we do know, like, a lot of people don't necessarily have a whole ton of packs sometimes, is what I'm trying to say. Now, the lot itself is called the Lair in the Open Air, and it's in the Verdamar neighborhood of the Ondarion world. And I believe, I'm just pulling it up here, it is a 30 by 20 venue. So there we have that. Where's my windows? Here we go. Okay. So she was responsible for construction of the venue, making the shell, doing the exterior, the landscaping, all of that. And then it was my job to do the interior. So you can go and see, she has both a speed build of it and a live stream replay on her YouTube channel that you can go and have a look at. Once again, links are below or in the comment section, depending on where you're watching this. If you're on Facebook, I'll put it in the comment section, and if it's on YouTube, it will be in the description. So without further ado, let's get this up here. Okay, so here's the beautiful exterior. Now, I did have to make some changes to the build itself. This was all done with SimsBound's knowledge as well. I'm just going to pause our presentation as I want to talk about this part. So a couple of changes that needed to be done just to make the interior work were I increased the wall size on the main floor from medium to large, and I removed a small handful of windows from the outside of the building. So, and again, this was done with SimsBound's knowledge, so it's still a part of the collaborative process to make sure we could produce the most beautiful wedding venue that we could. So here we have, I added an outdoor wedding space for if you wanted a more basic wedding, less guests, smaller situation. Just nice in the trees, a couple of bushes, you know, it's really beautiful lighting. I did do something different when filming this walkthrough, and that was I had it in play mode, which is not something I normally do. But there were some features that needed to be shown as their effect, in my personal opinion, rather than just their, you know, indicator item thing. So this is our outdoor wedding space. I really think that this lot choice on SimsBound part was just choice, absolutely first class. So I definitely enjoy the scenery around here with the dock and all of that behind the venue. Beautiful, beautiful building. It's absolutely gorgeous. So then going from the outside of the venue to the inside. So just kind of like as if I like to do these walkthroughs as if you yourself were walking through the area. So it is a bit slow moving, and but I try to be as detailed as possible because I really do enjoy the builds that I do, whether I'm the one building or just decorating. In this case, I really enjoy decorating. I didn't add too much to the outside except the odd plant, and the trash can here by the front door because there was no outdoor trash at the time. So in we go. So when we first go into this wedding venue, you're met with the piano where the musician that is required to have a wedding can sit and play, with a bar area at the end. I always like to make note of the ceiling paint. Mostly in my walkthrough, I actually do this to check that I did it because a lot of times I forget and I just feel like it makes the build come together better. So we have, here's the bar area, behind the bar, view from the bar. And then we have the bathrooms. I had to get a little creative because I didn't want to take out too many windows, especially not the ones on the front, because she spent a lot of time figuring this little arrangement out. So with this, I decided for the bathrooms that I would take out a couple of the side windows where the toilets were and just put a pretty divider in front of the window to shield people, walking by from watching people pee. So I did also take a couple of notes from previous builds that SimsBound has done, and I did add a couple of things like a toy box for children. There's also there was a toddler potty in the main floor bathroom, and there's also one upstairs as well so that the toddlers don't have to make it all the way downstairs. This is the main interior wedding area. I'm quite proud of how this turned out. I will also mention that this entire build has been play tested with a wedding playthrough, and it does all work perfectly. So I'm very pleased with how this all turned out. Off of the wedding area, we do have the kitchen where the caterer can be working, baking the wedding cake, etc., etc. Just a small kitchen. So now we're going to go up the stairs. This was my best attempt at a spiral staircase given what we're able to do, but I actually think that this turned out really well. I didn't want the stairs blocking off any of the beautiful windows that she had done on the back of this main floor area either. It really is very stunning. So if you haven't seen the speed build or the live stream, you should go and check it out. So the second floor, we have our reception area. There is a banquet table where your sim can just kind of lay out an assortment of food for the guests if that's what you prefer to do. And then just some tables and chairs, candelabras, blah, blah, make it nice. It's a wedding venue. Our main dance floor here is got the fountain, and then I have a smaller dance floor out off of this beautiful balcony with this lovely view. Just really special for a quite romantic moment between the bride and groom. And we have a quiet balcony out here where guests can kind of go and get some air, whatever kind of play you have for that. Banquet table. So as I said, again, I did take a couple of ideas from previous builds of SimsBound. So there is a toddler play area. So there's a dollhouse and some toys, a toddler potty, and a toddler bed, just in case your wedding guests do have small children that are getting tired or bored or upset or any of that kind of stuff. So there is needs for toddlers being met here. And finally, we have the honeymoon suite. So it's nothing too fancy, just a pretty bed with, a chair for getting ready. I imagine this is also where the bride would be getting dressed for the wedding. And yeah, just one more shot of this main dance floor area with the fountain. And there we have it. So that is the collab with SimsBound. It was my great pleasure to do this, and I look forward to any future collaborations that she may suggest or want to do. So much fun. Absolutely so much fun. So if you haven't already, please go over to her channel, subscribe, follow on whatever socials you have. And I will see you guys at the end of this month, April 30th, with a weird, crazy build because I'm not allowed to use boxes. So I will see you guys in the next video on April 30th, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Bye.